specific bike has Bluetooth integration. So I'll be showing Bluetooth integration with the app. We'll go a really cool virtual ride in cyberspace, but also show you guys how Peloton and other large companies are doing these awesome live streams with exercise. So if you run an exercise company, you've got a friend who wants to start using live streaming and social media with exercise bikes, this is going to be the way to do it. All right, it's time to start the show. Let's do it.
Okay. And we are live.
Hi, everybody. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. Today, we're talking about how to live stream an exercise workout class.
If you're new around here, we are StreamGeeks. We are live every Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.
So stick around. All of this and more will be coming up next. All right, guys, let's get into it. Today is going to be so much fun. I might even burn a few calories during the show.
I'm certain you will, based on our videos earlier.
So let me show you this cool exercise bike that we have here. It's a Schwinn 170. I've actually got one at home because I'm a big fan and was percolating. All of this Peloton stuff has been coming up. I don't know if you guys know about the Peloton stuff, but Peloton had this kind of viral video that came out, and we said, and we actually had a customer that said, I want to live stream like Peloton. So I want to show you guys how we're going to do this. We've got a PTZ Optics Z Cam here that runs PoE, Power over Ethernet, and SDI back to our video production computer. But don't worry, we're going to break everything down for you guys, exactly what you need to do to live stream like Peloton. So let's get started. I'm going to get on the exercise bike and we're going to break this all down. We've got a complete guide at streamgeeks.us/exercise. Okay. And I've got an iPad in front of me. Okay. So that's my weird. iPad, there we go. streamgeeks.us/exercise. You can learn more about exactly how we're setting all of this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on this iPad and I'm going to make sure that my iPad is connected to the bike. Okay, which I've just done. Checked my Bluetooth connectivity here. And by the way, we're capturing the output of this iPad via HDMI into our production computer. So when I hit start ride there, I can go ahead and workout not started. You need to start a workout on your bike. Okay, forgot about that. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, start the workout on my bike. And so you can see here on this screen, we've got the workout. So this is literally how a lot of these virtual rides happen. So I'm going to start a workout with a warm-up, a 60-second warm-up. And we're going to go on my full screen shot of me for this warm-up.
You're getting past.
And we're going to do 60 seconds. Well, I'm still in my warm-up, Tess. Hold on. All right, so let's do the warm-up. So again, this is the video from that Z Cam. That is my central camera that you saw on here. Let's do the 60-second warm-up. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to warm up. Now, 60-second warm-up. This graphic right here is completely free. I've made some really awesome standard graphics that you guys can use for your exercises that you live stream at streamgeeks.us/exercise. And we're at an effort level of just like 1 or 2 right now. And I've got some graphics for effort level as well. So here's our effort level. This is the kind of thing that you see in exercise streams in aerobics that you're seeing out there, these graphic levels. Let's switch a camera, but leave the graphics up. This is something that I want to share with you guys from a Peloton perspective. They have a lot of different cameras that they switch to, right? They might show the exercise bike's wheel spinning, or they might show close-ups or different angles, and they keep the graphics up, okay? So there we go. And our warm-up is complete. So
nice
now,
job, Paul.
Thank you, Tess. Now we're going to bump up the effort level to about a 4 maybe.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to start getting into this virtual bike ride. So wanted to share that with you guys, a little bit of the graphics. Now let's go to our picture-in-picture overlay, and I want to show you guys how this virtual bike ride is going to start off. Now, you can see here that we're about 2 minutes into our ride. I'm going 13, 14 miles an hour, and I've gone about half a mile. That's why I'm panting a little bit here. Sorry.
Hang in there.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 minutes at 70 RPMs. You can see that in the bottom left. That's an overlay from us. Our production software is creating that overlay. That's why it's persistent through all of the different camera angles that we move through. It is persistent. So like if we go to that other picture in picture you have, Mike, that overlay will stay. Now, we've got a production person here. That's a perfect example, Mike. We've got a production person here doing this, but you can operate the entire live stream yourself with an iPad. So there are ways to do this, and it's in our guide. If you are a one-man production, but you have maybe a team of people on spin bikes or in your exercise aerobics class, you can do this all yourself, actually, with your iPad if you'd like. Now, and what I mean by that is like switch all the cameras and everything. On the right-hand side of the virtual display here, so we're getting to effort level 5 here. Mike is putting that up for me because it's true. I'm pushing it here. Showed the ceiling camera for these guys so they can see I'm keeping it at that 70 RPMs, which is not easy, by the way. See that? Got my 70 RPMs there. I'm not cheating. Whew. All right. So the extra camera angles really help. And obviously Peloton has a nice streaming studio. In fact, I know for a fact that they use the new Tech TriCaster. Bump that effort level up to 7 for me, Mike. This is really pushing.
You're making me nervous.
I'm okay. But you can see that graphic overlay. That effort level, that's a PNG file. And again, those are all for free, available in our StreamGeeks.us/exercise download that you can get for free.
You can link to that in the description on any platform.
Now, Mike, I need to take a breath. Everybody take a breath. Here we go. You guys are on your exercise bikes at home, right? No, I'm just kidding. We're going to do a 3-minute cool down. And then Mike, we're not going to do a full 3-minute cool down, but Mike, show that breath. That breath. There we go. Take a breath, everybody. This is I think it's like a 60-second breath animation. Again, I'm just showing these animations because we do have them available for free for anyone out there who wants to help their client or themselves start an exercise bike setup.
I'm ready to take a breath myself.
Definitely needed that. So last thing I want to show again is our picture-in-picture. Chad's mentioning the really wide angle Z-Cam. Super wide angle. This is a great camera to get nice. Look how super close up. I'm literally, Mike, if you can show the picture-in-picture again, you can see how close I am to this camera.
Scary close.
That picture-in-picture that you had with the ceiling cam. I'm standing up on the bike. Oh, getting really intense here. There we go. So look how close I am to that camera. So you can really get super close. Anyway, all right.
Just like the Peloton girl.
I'm the Peloton girl, baby. All right. So that's it. All right. So that's the virtual. So there's a lot of different apps and different things that you can capture to make it look good.
You did not used to that. Everybody give Paul a virtual round of applause. Send your emojis for him.
I'm usually better at this, but it's tough to talk at the same time.
When you're talking and doing, yes. That is an extra challenge for workout instructors, I can imagine. So let's say some hellos, answer some things on chat. Jerry, great to see you guys. Give me a shout at your booth. He's going to be at NAMM. We'll be at NAMM too, so we'll see you there. Apparently, we're partnering up. The Esports Circus booth, and then also the Roland booth. So we'll see you guys there. Take this off now. Do you want to dive into some of the logistics about this system? Let's do it. Okay, so now we're going to do a quick little presentation on the logistics of how to set this up. And then we're going to go to our podcasting studio, and that'll be our show. Hopefully you guys liked that. As you can see, you can pull this off fairly simply. Of course, we have a nice studio here that made it easy for us, but you guys can do this too. So let's get to our presentation. And we're going to go over some of these basics. Now, this is a lot of stuff that I know you guys have probably looked at in the past, but here we go. The basic equipment necessary is a live streaming computer, a camera, right? Mm-hmm. A microphone, an internet connection. And whatever workout system you might need. Oh, good point. Got to bring your own workout system. I could see this almost as an added service to streaming as a service providers. Definitely. If you wanted to have a really large event as a gym, you could advertise this to local gyms as something that you could offer them.
Yeah, a lot of gyms have different events that they put on, and they've
Especially
all
those
got
spin
classes.
classes.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And we've had so many customers that are spin classes. That's why we're doing this, because it's really popular and it's super effective. Now, the two business models to think about here is the free social media streaming,
okay,
right, from a promotional standpoint, and then the paid on-demand subscriptions. Like Peloton, you can't just watch that on YouTube. You have to pay $75 a month and buy a $2,000 bike.
You're buying into their program, their app, their community.
So there's definitely a market for a subscription model. Even if you're a gym and you have paying customers who come into the spin bike class, you could stream those to your customers as an added value. So there's a lot of different ways to do it.
Sure.
So that's just some high level things to think about. The 100% promotional avenue where you're leveraging social media to promote your business. Maybe you have free content that goes along with that. Any business should have a free, some leverage social media and give out free content to promote themselves. On-demand access, you can have people pay for access to a subscription of like an on-demand library. And maybe, you really produce that nicely and put those up. And then there's the live streaming aspect that we just showed today. And then there's like the premium group access where you could actually have like an online group, like a Facebook group.
Where you ride together or something like that.
Yeah. And then also like, you can also like share tips and tricks and tutoring and things like that. The next is just thinking about, you really can do this with almost any computer. An i7 is preferred, an i5 is a minimum, but you can really use at this point, computers are so fast, you can probably use a laptop that you have or an off-the-shelf computer to do this. Plug in a couple cameras and a wireless microphone headset, and you're good to go. So we've got a lot of information on doing that. Now, the next thing you can do, which is kind of interesting, is you can control your live stream with an iPad. So you could actually switch everything from an iPad. And then, Tess, one of the things I was thinking about is that, like, instead of using the iPad for the app,
yes,
you could have the app running on your computer and then use the iPad for control.
There you go.
And then do a screen capture. So a lot of things you can do there, or you can do what we're doing and just have someone do your live streaming, switching and producing. Obviously, that's what Peloton has, a producer, obviously, a team.
Those higher scale productions will definitely call for that.
Now, for graphics, you saw the effort level, you saw the little warm-up bubbles and things like that, and the take a breath bubble. You can get all of those for free at streamgeeks.us/exercise.
Yeah, if you do streaming as a service or you yourself are a workout organization, feel free to use those assets for your streams. You can link to that in the description of this stream that you're watching on Facebook or YouTube.
Now, for capturing the information from your exercise machine, a lot of these machines now have Bluetooth. And the Bluetooth syncs up with the phone or the iPad or the computer and gives the information about how fast you're pedaling or how far you're running.
And can maybe make your the visuals go along with the speed that you're riding at.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's how that works. And then you just have to capture that information into your video production software so that you can do that cool picture-in-picture that's so popular, especially in like esports and gaming. It's so popular. Now, when you're live streaming your aerobic exercise, a popular way to do this is that picture-in-picture that we talked about. And it's popular on Facebook and it's popular on YouTube. Specifically for aerobics. Facebook is great because it's very much shareable. You might be able to go viral on the YouTube side and then, on the Facebook side. On the YouTube side, if you're creating a lot of videos, like for example, when you live stream something, you can record it as well and publish that on YouTube in a higher quality, maybe even edit it a little bit afterwards. So you can grow a YouTube channel as well. Now you can see here we had our Z-Cam. That's a PTZ Optics Z-Cam. It's one of our most popular cameras because it's powered over Ethernet. So you don't need to worry about like batteries in an SD card or a digital SLR camera. You don't have to worry about like a webcam that has a USB connection, which is usually unreliable and difficult to work with. This is a professional level camera, but it's only $500. It's $499, and there's an NDI option as well. All right, so wall-mounted cameras. We also suggest wall-mounted cameras. These are great in exercise studios because they can be mounted kind of out of the way,
right?
If you will, right?
They're small enough that they're not going to be intrusive.
Now, a lot of exercise studios have big mirrors. So if that's the case, you might want to do a pole mount that drops down in front of the mirror. But there's definitely options. The point is to get them out of the way and not take up any floor space if possible. And that's it. Here's my email. If you have any questions, give me an email, send me an email, and I'm happy to help out. So excited and a little bit energized from doing this stream today.
Good for you.
Awesome.
You did great.
Thank you. Boom. You guys are awesome for watching. And it's been a while since we've been to our podcast studio. So we're going to go over to the podcast studio and talk about what we just did in a podcast format. There's a lot of reasons for that. One is actually SEO. Google has just announced that they are going to be indexing all podcasts.
Giving away all the secrets.
Listening to all
That's
the
what
voices.
we do around here.
But hey, learning how to live stream a podcast will something we'll talk about. But we'll also talk about the cool Peloton stuff, the exercise stuff. So let's go over to the podcast, Tess. It's been a while. You ready for this?
Let's do it. Stick with us, guys. We'll see you over there.
See you in just a minute. Okay. Hey, everybody. We are back in the podcast studio. It's been a little bit too long since we've been here, so we'll have to give us a moment to get back into our main podcasting studio. But here we are. It's been a little while. Let's see if these work still. I'm going to play the intro.
Is this thing on?
There we go. All right. Oh, I guess I gotta put these headphones on, don't I?
Check one.
Check. 1 2 1 2.
I'm not receiving anything from you in my headphones.
All right, that's okay. We are good. So. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
I haven't been in this part of the world for a while.
It has been a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been busy though. There's been things happening.
All right. I think we're ready to rock and roll this podcast. So Mike has joined us. It's time to rock and roll. All right.
Let us know if you stuck with us.
All right, here we go. I'm going to play the introduction to the podcast.
Let's do this.
Hello and welcome to the StreamGeeks podcast. It's been a little bit, so thanks for tuning in. Oh, you know what? I got to change something. Sorry. It has been a little bit.
Are you receiving audio through your headphones?
No. We'll have to work on that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is working because I can see the levels from it and everything.
Check 1 2.
Still got a couple small things we got to... I think it actually... Yeah, we'll have to...
Test.
See why that is. All right.
Always like in the way.
Hit one little button. Let's see if that helps. Test 1 2.
Well, our audience can hear.
Test 1 2. Yeah, we're good. All right, so here we go. Hello and welcome to the StreamGeeks podcast. Today is December 16th, 2019. Getting ready for an awesome 2020. And today we're talking about how to live stream an exercise workout, kind of joking around about what happened with Peloton going viral, and a bunch more topics, including why we're podcasting in general, some cool SEO stuff. See you guys in a minute.
Welcome to the Post Show Podcast with your hosts, Paul Richards, Tess Protesto, and Michael Luttermoser. Let's talk shop.
All right, so welcome everybody to the StreamGeeks podcast. Sorry it's been a while, almost a couple months since we did our last episode.
So sad.
What's up, Mike? Come on, man. We got to keep podcasting.
I know. What have we been doing?
There's been a lot happening.
No, lots been happening. This year went by so fast.
I know.
Heading roaring toward 2020 here. And I'll tell you, the Peloton commercial is too hilarious. We were at our holiday party all goofing off about it. If you missed it, check it out online. It's kind of funny. It's not that controversial, but it's controversial enough that like everyone feels the need to have an opinion.
I didn't notice it at all until people were like,
yeah, I was like, that's fine.
I was like, yeah, this is the world we live in. Like, this is it.
I think basically a lot of men are like, oh, like I guess that's bad. And then I think there were some more on the female side that they were like, like I can't believe that he bought her a Peloton bike.
Well, that, and then there's the whole aspect of people comparing it to Black Mirror, which talks about this like dystopian future, this weird world where everybody is driven by technology and things like that. So people were saying it was a little too futuristic.
oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was getting some comments about low audio myself in the chat.
All right, there we go. Fix that.
Perfecto.
So there's multiple aspects of the commercial that were sensitive.
So basically what happened is a guy, and it's a 30-second commercial, man buys wife Peloton bike. She is vlogging kind of on her phone like,
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to work or if I can do this. And then she starts doing it 6 a.m. in the morning, and it's really hard. And then at the end, it's like, I guess it's like Christmas again. And they're sitting and looking at the TV, and she's like, yeah, I'm so healthy now.
They're saying I still don't have any audio.
Really? Still?
Check 1, check 2.
No, you do. I fixed it. You do.
Okay.
So,
There's actually a second commercial to that too. There's the Ryan Reynolds vodka commercial.
Yes.
He hired the same actress,
Yes.
and they produced it so fast while the other commercial was going viral.
Yeah.
And he took on that like negative energy, and he pushed
The second
it like,
viral.
and he got
Very
like
clever.
sales.
yeah, I mean, and on the marketing side of that,
Yeah.
people have been saying like, wow, like, is this the world we live in? Because it was so rushed and it was so poorly done, in my opinion, where Ryan Reynolds company, they were basically like, she was basically, but it's genius. I think it is genius.
It's like
I will
guerrilla
say.
marketing.
It's guerrilla marketing, and it's very like Deadpool in a way, where it's like,
He's Deadpool.
it's very like you're in a dystopian reality.
Yeah.
Like this is a fact of life now, because basically what happens is the actress comes and he's with her two friends, and she like drinks a martini.
She's like, I need this.
And then
after
she
what
drinks
happened.
another, but there's no explanation to why.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of be
You
in
have
on
to
the
know.
joke to
Yes.
know, which is so smart. But also people are saying like, wow, like she's just downing vodka or gin or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is that acceptable?
Well,
To just be like, I had a bad day, I'm gonna drink 2 martinis in like in the 30-second commercial.
Oh my goodness. Give this girl a break.
You know, I don't know. But it's not her. I mean, she's just an actress.
She's killing
an
it.
actress,
But
yeah.
She'll be the next Flo.
the analysis here, she will be. The analysis here is just like, like basically Peloton did something I don't even think they knew was inappropriate.
I don't think. Yeah.
I
exactly.
could just see the guys or the men and women in the boardroom watching it and going, yeah, this will sell in Christmas time. Like I don't think that anybody like had like, wait, are we gonna get in trouble because she didn't lose a ton of weight? Like, is that the issue? I don't know.
I don't know. It was like something about the fact that she was already like 5'10" or 5 foot something, 110-pound woman.
Yeah,
She's not.
she was already really
She's already in
skinny.
shape.
She was already in shape. Why did he buy it for her?
I know.
It's too funny. It's so perfect because it's just like everyone's like has an opinion. It's like, but so what? She's in shape, but you don't know her backstory. What if she binges
you
on
don't
food
know.
sometimes and
Yeah.
then she goes into these things? He's just trying to prevent her from going into like
Staying healthy.
staying out. I mean, it's a health thing. How could you get in trouble for that?
There's
I
just
don't
one
know.
other company. This is just one other commercial within this world, and it was by this other company that makes, I think, treadmills and bikes called Nautilus, or something like this, Nautilus or something, or Nautical or something like that. And they kind of had the same thing, but it was different, and they didn't have any issues because of maybe just a camera angle or how they told the story with just like the
Oh, the
B-roll
same
shots.
thing?
Kind of the same thing, but different. Maybe it wasn't like a Christmas gift, but it was definitely like, a woman working out and just the fun of working out. And no, see, I think that's the difference. They had like a different narrative or a different story.
A little bit. You have to be careful with marketing a little bit about like taking it just that extra step, which definitely makes it what it is. You know, like you have to go the extra mile.
There's no like, I don't think there's any speaking parts, so everything's done like visual. It's all these like scenes that they shot, and just that's all it takes is a couple scenes put together.
Like, would it really make it so much better if she was fat and then became skinny? Like, is that allowed? I don't know. But anyway,
I thought it was more about the world that they portrayed in it.
Yeah, it was. It was like, we're so happy now.
It's, I don't know, something odd, but we're pulling a little bit of a Ryan Reynolds and taking advantage of the timeliness
we are actually
of the issue and shedding light about the technology.
Let's see if I can get the applause here for that.
There you go.
So what we did, and I had been planning this, to be honest. I had been planning to do this regardless.
We have been talking for a while about the biking.
We've got a lot of customers locally, nationally, internationally. Peloton, I don't know as a customer, but I know that Echelon is, which is a big one. And then tons of smaller aerobics companies that are jumping on board and starting to live stream. And then I was talking to one of our guys in support, and he said that someone called him and said, I want to live stream like Peloton. How do I do this? And my favorite inspirations for shows come from customers and come from support and phone calls and things. And it's like, let's do a show where we get an exercise bike in here. We show how to do it to the person who's an exercise, club or owner who probably has, little knowledge of how a USB capture card works and SDI cameras and all the things that want to put together so that they can compete on the Peloton level. I really do think there's a huge market for people who could just stream this stuff for free and promote their brand. Because of the way that live streaming works, which is so awesome in a way, and I'll explain this why. Because if you stream, if you're like, oh, I have a spin class, and if you stream it, it's not like no one's going to come to your spin class. More people are going to come to your spin class. Okay, that's like this weird, people are scared of that. Like if I stream my spin class, everyone's going to stay at home and not come. That's not true. Okay, we've worked with so many companies. The promotion is super valuable and people will come.
And you can do a snippet or a portion of a workout or one single workout to lure people in.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your whole...
And people are paying for that in-person exercise equipment that there's there, the training from the trainer and all of that. So you can't replace that.
Kind of like if you're looking to maybe do like an exercise, let's say, we're talking about exercise and stuff like that. If you didn't know what Orange Theory was or like HIIT or high intensity workouts and you're like, what is this like? It's like orange in the dark. What do they do? Yeah. And you can check it out.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really good from a promotional standpoint. And the other thing is the other worry is that like it's out there forever on the internet. So like people could, like if you do this like every week and you've got 10 episodes that people could watch online.
Purple look.
Can you do a color match over at the other side?
It's weird.
Oh, we need to turn the light off.
Oh, we got to turn the lights off.
Would the color match be over there?
Yeah, Mike did a color match over there.
Oh, because I was going to say,
Mike's going to turn that off.
Our monitor here doesn't look bad, but on the YouTube stream, we're looking purple.
Can you check the color match on that side too? We're going to color match our stream, but I want to keep the conversation going.
Yeah, because we're okay in here.
So the other thing is that when you're live streaming your content, today people want new content all the time. Nobody wants to watch the same Netflix show twice, right? No one wants to watch the same movie twice. Nobody wants to go on the same workout twice, right?
Yeah.
So you live stream it to them. They're not going to watch that same one over and over again. If these are paying customers who want your service, they're going to want fresh new material that's relevant
true. They're going to want more,
different, changing, evolving things. And so as an owner of an exercise company, did we fix that, Mike?
Yeah.
Nice. Or anyone out there, the goal is to keep producing new content, keep it fresh, stay up to date, tell people what day it is, what season it is, and remember that new customers are coming in all the time. New viewers are coming in all the time, and you may need to pull them in, in a unique way. So don't forget that you're going to have new people and existing people who've been watching for years and years. So don't think that everyone's in on this inside joke that you've been telling forever. You might have new people who have no idea what you're talking about, but also, keep in mind that, yes, some of the people who are joining are brand new. So I think that live streaming is a huge opportunity.
Tess, I'm going to send you a picture of the mount we used for the Zcam, because I know
people asking about that?
Somebody asked about the mount.
All right, great.
I'm going to send you over
to link to
G-Chat.
We haven't done a podcast in a while. We might not post this one because I think there might have been some issues. We'll listen to it. Sorry, we're getting in the hang of things. 2020, we're going to hit podcasting back hard, right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of our initiative.
That's our goal.
Yeah,
so we're just here testing our equipment. I think it's turning out pretty good. I think we did a crazy good job over in the studio. We had our exercise bike. We had an iPad.
It's really fun.
And the iPad video was connected to the Bluetooth of the exercise bike itself.
Yep.
And the exercise bike was awesome, performed perfectly.
Yeah.
We showed picture-in-picture. We showed broadcast graphics. And then we have all those graphics available for free at streamgeeks.us/exercise.
Yeah. Good job on all the graphics.
Thank you.
You crushed it with
that. Those are like 100%, except for like one thing, that one yoga lady, like all After Effects, with those little things that went around and the countdowns. I had to do math to get the countdown. After Effects isn't that easy.
Yeah, it's tough.
But
no, definitely not.
Figured all that out. So that's our show, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Back on its feet. I think we're close.
It's a good practice run.
We're really
for getting
close.
Back on track.
Did we tell our audience why we're doing podcasts more?
Oh yeah. So on the podcast side of things, we've got this great podcasting system. We should use it. But not only that, but a new announcement from Google says a couple of things that were interesting. One, they'll be indexing all podcasts for their audio. So in order for Google to do that, they have to have robots, essentially, or machines, whatever, servers, whatever you want to call them, go out, listen to every single podcast in real time, index the content of that podcast, and then show it in search results based on what is inside of the podcast, what people are actually saying.
Crazy.
So we've got a lot of podcasts out there, so that's good for us. Mm-hmm. All the content that we've said should be getting more search results. It's mainly for mobile.
Okay.
Because a lot of people listen to podcasts on mobile, right? And iOS users listen to 6 times as much podcasting as Android users. So Google's just came out with an update and was just hey, podcasting's a big deal. We're going to literally index every podcast we can find. And they're going to change the search results based on whether you have an iPhone or an Android.